Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to week 9. Woohoo! We're almost in double digits. We are so close to being done, guys. I know I've said that for the last couple weeks, but for reals this time. Take a look at our calendar. We are in week 9. You just finished writing the standard operating procedure, or the SOP, which is very exciting. And this week we are going to be taking a little break from the really hard, more academic-y job materials, and we're going to spend just a week working on the kind of writing that can get you the job that you want, so that you then can demonstrate the skills of writing an SOP or a technical description document or those kind of things. So this week we're going to be working on cover letters and resumes. And the key to a good cover letter or a resume is specificity. So it's nice to have kind of a generalized outline of one that you can keep saved on your computer. And then every time you apply for your job, you're going to want to tweak it and update it so that it appeals directly to the job you're looking for. So if we take a look at our materials over this week, you'll see I've got suggestions for how to do that special tailoring to really show a potential employer that you are the very best fit for the job and that you have something unique that you bring to the table. I've been on a part of several hiring committees, and the candidates who stand out the most are the ones who clearly understand what the job is, what kind of skills are going to create a very effective employee, and then are able then to demonstrate that they have those skills. And that's what we want to do in our cover letter and resume. We want to be able to clearly say, I am the best fit for this very specific job for these very specific reasons. And so that's what we're going to be working on in our cover letter and resume this week. So if you take a look at our assignment here, you are going to find a job that you are currently qualified for or will soon be qualified for if you wish. So there's lots of different places you can look for jobs, whether it's Indeed or Monster or CareerStop. You can look at the school districts. Lots of classified or paraeducator positions open right now. You can look at local government jobs. Some of these only require a high school diploma. Some want college course completion. And then you can also look at the CBC student employment website, which is nice. Whoop, that didn't work. So if they've just updated our website, so it looks like they've changed the links, which I need to then look at. So if you go to Current Hawk and then click on student employment here, you can find the different kind of jobs that are potentially available to you as a student. So we can talk about eligibility. There's work study jobs, just straight up student jobs, and then there's ways that you can get hired. There's resources for getting hired, lots of really helpful things on here. But if you take a look at the student jobs, the nice thing if you use the CBC website for this assignment is that the CBC website gives a lot of details about the job position. So the more details that are available in the job listing, the easier it is to tailor your cover letter and resume to showcase your abilities in those fields. So if you wanted to look at student employee for fall quarter in athletics, you've got a nice bullet pointed list that says exactly what you need to be able to do. So if you had a resume, you would want to take each of these bullet points and show that you have these skill sets both in the resume and in the cover letter. You would do that for any of these. If you wanted project management, information services, lab science, if you want to be a tutor, all kinds of opportunities available for you here. And some of these do have longer bullet points. So the more information the job ad gives you, the easier it is to tailor your materials to showcase your skills in all of these areas. So click through, see what kind of things you might be interested in. You don't have to actually apply for the job, just use the job listing to create your cover letter and your resume. And once again, this is one of those 2-part assignments with a cover letter and a resume. If you go into our modules tab, I've got lots of materials to help you out with this. We have done so much work, guys. Look at how we scroll through this. Look at all this stuff you've done. Do you feel so proud? Like, this is an incredible amount of work you've done. Bravo for just being amazing. So here is the job letter and resume folder. We've got a recorded lecture on cover letters, how to tailor them, how to make them very specific and effective. And then we've got work on resumes. If you want just like some fun entertainment, you can take a look at some really bad resumes, which I enjoy doing because some of these are so bad. For example, this person says their references are unavailable because they were all burned up in a fire, which is a little suspicious because they say that they went to Yale and Harvard as their schools. You're like, well, you probably should have some evidence of that, right? Like, we could claim anything, but I can't back it up. Also, do make sure to proofread your resumes carefully, because this person was applying to be a food prep employee, but they definitely misspelled some words there, which, as somebody who was in charge of hiring at one point, not a good sign. Not a good sign. This resume I like so very much. I would never, ever, ever hire this person. But they've got some really interesting personality things that they're showcasing as a part of their resume. I don't know why that needed to be a bullet point in their resume. Like, what job are they applying for that this is relevant? I don't know. But just lots of little lovely details in this resume. Like, apparently in 2009, this person was almost tricked into marriage. It has nothing to do with a job. Also, don't tell us stuff like, in 2010, this person experimented with softcore drugs. Don't tell your employer that. Why would you tell your employer that, right? So think about what material actually is going to make you look good on your resume and include that as opposed to some of these less applicable skills, right? Also, as you design your resume, make it professional, right? Like, this is not professional. If this came across my table as a part of a hiring committee, I would laugh so hard. I would be so entertained. It would make my entire day, but I probably wouldn't hire this person, right? So, just think about your audience. Be aware of what they're looking for in an employee and appeal to that, as opposed to putting ridiculous things on a resume just to fill it out. So if you enjoyed some of these examples, there are many more. Feel free to check them out. They're in the modules tab. All right, so lots of fun stuff to work on this week as we write our cover letters and resumes. Do make sure to check out those resources in the modules tab. You'll also see that some of our due dates got moved around for Thanksgiving, so you're going to be working on your recommendation report next week. And then I have moved some due dates, so you've got Thursday and Friday and that whole weekend off before you begin your peer review. So a nice long Thanksgiving holiday before you jump right back in to the recommendation report because, and check this out, guys, we've got this week we're working on resumes and cover letters. Next week is a very short week where you're starting to build the basis of your recommendation report. The following week, you're writing your recommendation report, and then it's finals week. Like, that's it. We are so close to being done. So hang in there, guys. We're so close. Have a great week. I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of jobs you're applying for in your resumes and cover letters and how you're tailoring those documents to be very specific, both to the ad itself and to your skill set. Have a great week, guys, and reach out with any questions.